So today we're going to talk about the fundamentals, and basically when you see a good golf shot like that one, which is right on the money, then it's basically the result of a lot of things going right. What we're going to talk about today are things like the grip. We're going to talk about how you align yourself, your posture, but I guess the thing that I'm looking to communicate most of all to all you seniors out there that are looking to play better golf is how it feels, and hopefully that will come through. So when we pick up the golf club initially, I would encourage you to think about it like this. You have on your grip, on most grips, you will have these lines here. They're there for a reason, they're not just fancy decoration. They basically allow you to, for a standard grip, allow you to show where you place your left hand. If you're a right-handed golfer, it's where you place your left thumb. And I don't want to get all technical about it, I just want to go about how this feels. So I use an overlapping grip, which I've done for years. I started off playing golf by using an interlocking grip, which is where your two fingers interlock. And then the third common one is like a baseball grip, like you're getting ready just to hit a baseball shot. And then there's a sort of hybrid, which is a kind of overlapping interlocking type thing. As I say, I use an interlocking grip. But the key thing about grip is it's got to allow freedom of movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invoke the hand of Ewan. Ewan, just you come into the shot and take a hold of the golf club and then just pull out. And as you see, that essentially, thank you very much, well done Ewan, that lack of tension, that light grip is the thing that we're looking for. So that's what it feels like. It feels like, I actually had somebody describe this once as like how you would feel like if you're holding a tube of toothpaste just before you squeezed it out. So there's a little bit of effort, a little bit of tension, but nothing at all. So what does that feel like actually when you're not only holding the club before you start, but when you're swinging? Let me get a ball out, and then we can talk about that, and we can show you. So essentially, when you lay your club head down square, and we'll talk about alignment in a minute, but for now it's grip. So let's assume we've done all that. Grip's the important bit. It's what does it feel like. So all I'm thinking about when I'm standing over a golf shot is lack of tension. I really want to be thinking that I'm loose, I'm relaxed, and I'm not gripping anything tight. If you're gripping it tightly, right, there are certain things that you cannot do. So if you're holding on too tight, right, everything becomes an awful lot harder. Whereas if you're loose and you can effectively do that, not that I do, but I've seen people do it, if you're loose, it's then you can feel as though you can basically just go back and through. And it's that whole kind of gentle swing, it's that idea of we're not trying to hit it very hard. The grip is the first thing that allows you to do that and it enables it. So grip's the first part of, it's the only thing you've got contact with your hands, effectively, with a golf club. But beyond that, we talk about the other things in the fundamentals that are super important is how you line up, which we'll do next, and obviously your posture and how you stand. So I'm going to talk to you about alignment. And alignment for me is like a really simple thing. You take the base of your club. This is the way I do it one-handed. I line it up with where I'm expecting the ball to go, and then I stop. I can do this with one finger, one thumb, whatever, but I stop. At that point, my club face is perfectly aligned. And so if I want to do things with the shape of the ball, which is a little bit more advanced, but if I want to do things with the shape of the ball, my alignment doesn't change because this is where I want the ball to end up. So everything else, I'm looking to hit a straight shot, then I'm lining up practically everything is square to that shot. So my feet, my knees, my hips, my shoulders, everything is square. And I like not to be standing away from the club, but I like to be in at a reasonably close and feel like I'm standing tall. I don't want to feel like I'm crouched over it. I want to feel like I'm standing tall, because the taller I'm standing, the more I feel like I've got time and space to get through. So think about that when you play your next game of golf. Okay, so we've covered our grip, we've covered how we align the club face, and it's important actually, the one thing I didn't say about the club face, but it's like if the club face is either toe up or heel up, then you're making life more difficult. The golf club is made with a shape, with a sole for a reason. It's basically to lie it down square, you've got your best chance of hitting the ball properly. So if we're talking about this, which is a nice short iron, it's like a 9 iron, I think, yep, 9 iron, then we want to feel like we're standing, that's it, that's the club head laying flat. That's aiming where I want it to go. And this is me now. I take my left grip, I take my right grip, and then everything's loose. And I want to feel like I'm standing tall. I don't want to feel like I'm crouched, I want to feel like I'm standing tall. If I'm standing tall over the ball, then I've got the most ability to move loosely and freely. And so it then becomes a fairly straightforward thing to go back, through, and hit a decent shot. So back, through, and a decent shot. Not looking to hit that particularly far, just looking to hit it in exactly the direction that I'm aiming, and that's the important thing. We can add distance as we go through it. So the thing for now is just making sure everything is on plane, which means we're not doing anything funny with, we're not doing that, coming round like we're casting a fishing rod. We're not, we're basically just coming back and coming through and giving ourselves time. So the more relaxed you are, the more loose you are, the more you've taken tension out of the game, and you swing at a pace that is appropriate. You're not trying to thrash it, you're just trying to move the thing in the right direction. That's when you start playing really good golf. So the thing about this, the other thing to add about all these fundamentals, the other thing the final thing, and the thing that's actually probably the most important, is rhythm. Right? And so that is basically the pace at which we swing and what we're trying to do. Now, the best way I thought that I could explain this to you is just to show you, which is why you understand in a different place just now, is just to show you what this looks like in 3 clubs. So a short iron, a medium iron, and a longer iron. And how that whole process, it feels exactly the same. So I line up my club face, I take my stance, I take my grip. It's all very relaxed, there's no tension in my body at all, and I am simply going back and through. And so that's a short iron. If I take a medium iron, and then I do exactly the same thing, so the setup, the routine is exactly the same. So it is basically single hand, make sure the ball is somewhere kind of front of centre of my stance, club face is flat, I'm standing tall, I'm making sure I'm loose, I'm not doing anything different from a short iron, I'm going back and through, just making sure I hit it in exactly the same location. And that wasn't such a great swing, but actually the result ended up being fine. And then finally, if I take a long iron, I'm standing slightly further away because it's a longer iron, but everything else is exactly the same. The routine, the feel, the tempo, everything. Beauty. And that's it, so it doesn't matter what the club is, what you're able to do if you grip it properly, if you line it up properly, if you stand tall, if you have a nice smooth tempo and relaxed, generally what you'll find is that you start to play a lot better golf. So I hope these have been useful. If you've enjoyed this and you enjoy this kind of content, then please subscribe. It would mean the world to us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.